Today we are going to be talking about die-cast cars and trucks. These are pretty good money makers, and I have acquired all these over the past 6 months at Goodwill, occasionally finding them. I took a little hiatus recently, so I don't have as many that maybe I could have, but I have plenty, as you can see here. And some of the things that I like to pick up are nice sports cars ones. And I have some of these by Dub City as well. And you don't necessarily need to have them be in perfect 100% condition. You know, some of these have scratches or scuff marks or broken mirrors or missing windshields and things of that. But people will still purchase them. And you can make a pretty good profit on these items. I've paid anywhere from $5 to $6, maybe $7 a piece on these, and sometimes going as low as $3 or $4 depending on which Goodwill or if there's a good deal happening. And be mindful that, you know, sometimes these have broken mirrors. As you can see here, this one doesn't have any rear view mirrors here. Sometimes there's just one of them. If there's just one of them, what I'll usually do is just break it off, because it makes it look better for the photo shoot, where people will be like, okay, they don't even notice the mirror. But if you have one mirror on there, it might be like, oh, it's got one mirror, it's got a broken mirror. Versus you just tear it off, and then it just does, people don't even think about it. They're like, oh, that's cool, that's what it is, neat. They don't think of it as being broken. So that's something to be mindful of. Here's another thing where I bought this SSR model here. It's a pretty big one, and it's got no windshield, but I bought it anyways. It's got no rear view mirrors. It's missing the door handle here, but people still just want it because of the shape and what it is, and it's beautiful. So be mindful of those when you're going out and shopping for these things. Some of the other things that I've found were these RC cars. I actually found this one in the garbage. Someone was throwing it out, and I was like, dude, I can make a quick 60 bucks on that. So I got this RC car out of the garbage. These are usually just plastic, opposed to the die-cast metal cars. Here's a little, like, Lambo or whatever this is. I don't know. Somebody told me it was something different. No, it's a Lamborghini. It's a little RC car as well. Plastic though. These are only two plastic cars I really have in here. Some of these are plastic metal mixed. But as you can see here, here's some cool cars. This one is by Motor Max. This is a Lexus. These cool cars that have the doors that open, like I was saying. Sometimes the doors don't open all the way. I had a guy return one, I think, before because the door didn't close all the way. Look at this beautiful Corvette, I believe. And again, missing door handles. Not a big deal. Rear view mirror missing. There's a thing missing here. The front grille is missing. But that's alright. I paid like $4 or $5 for it. It's still it's worth a lot of money. Anyways, I paid $4 or $5 for it, but it's still worth some good money. This one is by Ertl, E-R-T-L. And so I actually don't really pay attention to the brand names too much when I'm buying. If I see a die-cast car, I'm pretty much, if it's a good condition one, good color, doesn't have a lot of dirt on it, I'll buy it. Because sometimes you get some cars and they're like just caked with dirt or dust, and it might be it'd take a while to clean. These things, you know, sometimes they get dirty. Here's another Corvette, Chevrolet, Durango or something, made in Italy. This is a beautiful one though, right here. It's got the nice interior, and this one had the hood that opens up front this way, the back door. As you can see here, these are some pretty cool vehicles. It's pretty straightforward though, as you can see. There's not much to talk about in terms of the varieties. Well, here's a couple cool white cars as well. Sports vehicles. They're in pretty good shape. I personally like the way these aesthetically please my eye. Then you have this nice Ford. This one is by Jada Toys. Dub City. And then we have a couple of these nice black vehicles here. Another Dub City. This one is by, I'm not sure, it doesn't say really. But anyways, one thing that I have picked up in the past a lot of, I bought a huge score. There was a big bin at the Goodwills. They had about 7 to 8 of these fire trucks that were all die-cast. Some were plastic, but I paid $20 and I was able to split them for $60 a piece. Keep a lookout on fire trucks. These things go fast, I'm telling you. I bought a bunch of them and within a month or two they were all gone. And so be on the lookout for fire trucks that are metal die cast. Even plastic ones. I've sold some kids plastic ones for 40 or 50 bucks. If you get a good brand, you can sell them. If they get good details on them and they're really quite quality, you can sell fire trucks for good money. And then these were brand new in the box. I took them out because the box were freaking dirty, and this one had like scratch marks on it, so I didn't want to see that it was new when they bought it, and then it had scratch marks on it, so I took it out. This is Macito, and this one is by Motor Max. Some nice red vehicles here. I found this for like $3. It's a nice little San Francisco trolley. It's got a little bell on it. I'm not sure how it works, but... And then we have these beautiful race cars running around the track fast as they can, making me cash, flowing into my bank account. And I'm grateful for these. I paid for $6, I believe, each, and they're just nice high quality metal cars. I'm planning on flipping these for like $60, $70 a pop. Lastly, I have a couple little cars here that I found in the toy bag things that's a Goodwill. I found all these little guys here, these bunch of little trucks. They're all in the bag for like $3.49, all 4 of these guys. Plus, I think they incorporated this one. And so, I paid $3.49. I was like, good deal. I'll go flip those. And then I was able to pick this one up here. This really heavy metal military sonar truck. I think I paid maybe $5 or $6 for this. Very good deal. I plan on flipping that for like closer to $100. And so, you know, here's a couple more metal black ones over there. So just remember when you're looking at these items to make sure that they're in a pretty good condition. They got scratches and scrapes and a missing window or a mirror. That's alright. Always make sure they have all 4 tires though. I'm not going to sell something without all 4 tires. Sometimes a tire is missing. That's a game killer for me. I will not pick up ones with missing tires. And then also, be sure to clean your cars before photo shooting them because the dust will definitely appear on the camera, on the photograph. So make sure you clean them, remove all the sticky tape, and make sure you take nice clean shots. Overall, expect to receive anywhere from $60 to $70 a piece on these. Maybe you might come down to 40 or 50 bucks negotiating. If you get a right model, if you're looking up the models online and you see that it's going for more, you obviously can get more. Some of these models, if you get some good ones, they can get up there and into the hundreds and the thousands of dollar range. So be sure to be checking out if you got something that looks special to make sure you're going to take a look on eBay. So when you're listing these, be sure to incorporate the name of the vehicle, the model, and if you can find the scale of the model on the bottom, that's way it's easier for people to understand what they're finding. And overall, just keep optimistic about finding these at the Goodwill. Have a belief that you will, because I love these things. These are great money makers. I spend $4, $5, $6, and I can flip it to 60 or 70 bucks. And so I love that. It's like a small little item that I can flip for fast cash, and these go pretty fast. And so have an affirmation, have a belief. If you really would like to find these, just start saying to yourself that I attract die-cast cars in my life. Awesome trucks and vehicles are popping up all over the place whenever I go to thrift shops. I'm able to find awesome model cars and toy vehicles that are helping me produce financial results, that I'm able to be successful and find products that are not only interesting, but are in clean, good, healthy condition, that are very valuable. I'm finding high-end models, I'm finding high-end name brands, and I'm just easily able to acquire new wealth into my life. It's not only important to know about these things and what to look for in life, but it's also important to have a feeling, a knowing within yourself that you are attracting these high quality products into your life, that you're able to earn an income, have more free time, and be able to be successful with your reselling business. Because whatever you feel you're attracting, and you will magnetize yourself to. Be a magnet to good quality items that are bringing you joy, not things that are going to just make you a profit, but things that you actually like to look at, that you like to have around you. Because life is something that I like to curate. It's something that I like to perceive in my own perspective, where I'm able to choose things that are helping me enjoy life, not just something that's going to be around for a quick buck. For example, these items over here that I found in the bag, they were really filthy and dirty and dusty, but I got them for $3.49 because they were such a good deal. I bought them, and I just had to clean them for like 10-15 minutes, and it seemed like, but it wasn't very enjoyable to me. And so the next time I see something like that where it's super dusty and dirty, I'm just going to pass on it. Unless it's actually a super high quality model, then I'd probably still buy it. So let's talk about trucks, tractor trailers, and big rigs. Voila! Here we have some beautiful die-cast trucks, some kids' toys, some large vehicles, and just some beautiful things that you can be selling as well alongside the die-cast cars. These things have provided me some good money. I haven't really dabbled too much in these trucks here, but I have sold a bunch of these brooders, these big trucks. I believe this one is Brooder. You can look it up, Bruder, made in Germany. It's a nice big truck, Mercedes. These things have typically sold for $60 for me. These big trucks here. Big garbage truck. This one is also, no, I think this one is a different one, perhaps. Workster by Dickey. This is a Dickey truck. But anyways, these big, large-scale trucks, they take up a lot of room, and so I don't really like to dabble in them too much. I'm probably going to stop doing them, but they have sold for me for some pretty good cash, $60 or so. Sometimes more. You can put it up there for $80, $90, and if the right buyer comes at the right time, you will sell it. I just happened to sell them for $60 because an offer came through, and I was like, yes, take the money. Here's a nice little cement truck by Kenworth. It says Kenworth. That's the actual real truck brand. I'm not sure which toy model this one is, but it doesn't really matter too much. To me, in my opinion, if the car doesn't really matter the brand. I mean, the brand does matter. You can sell vehicles that have a brand name for much more money. But typically, you know, if it's a nice vehicle, you can sell it. If as long as it's like sturdy, it's got great quality materials, it's detailed, it's a very good quality thing to be selling. This thing I'm going to sell for $70, $80. If it comes along, someone gives me $60, that's what I'll do, or even $50. I'll be like, sure, get it out of here. And then you can see here, I got this little like dump truck. This one's a die cast. That one was more like, yeah, it's metal on the front there. The rest of it's plastic. This one is plastic with metal front. And you don't want to hear a funny story is that all these trucks that I have right here, besides these ones over here, my car had broken down. I had a 2009 Hyundai Santa Fe. And the day that it broke down, I was pulling into a development, and I had to walk to the opening to the Goodwill. I wasn't really going to go there right away, and I had forgotten about it kind of. But because my car broke down and the Goodwill that was grand opening day was only 2 blocks away, I decided to take a walk over there. And so when I did, I found literally every single one of these trucks here. I came back another day and they had a couple more trucks that I picked up too. But that day that my car broke down, I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I need some help. He came and got me at my office after I took a lift back. But before I did that, I had bought in $150 worth of these trucks, and I had overdrafted my account on purpose because I wanted to get these. And I had some money perhaps coming in. But anyways, we ended up selling my vehicle for $500 to the dump truck place, the dump, the next day. And so I didn't have to pay any overdraft fees. These vehicles are going to help me probably make well over $500 in my opinion. If I just sell them for $50 a pop, that's $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. That's if I do $50 a pop. I plan on getting more money than each on these ones. Well, at minus the $150 that I spent on them, probably about $500 if I were to do $50 a pop. So, you know, we have some of these other trucks here, the Freightliner. Just, you can see just some typical lorries, delivery vehicles. And we have some of these nice gas trucks here. We got, let's see, Oil Zoom. This is a nice heavy one. And we got the Shell one here. This one has a little bit of a sticker on. I need to get that off and some tears, but that's all right. People will still buy them. And then we have another garbage truck. Garbage trucks are pretty freaking cool, and they're easy sellers. I feel like people are really interested in the garbage trucks because they're a pretty unique kind of truck, and people do like them. People like garbage sometimes, you know. You can find a lot of cool things in there. We got this nice Ducati vehicle. This is pretty nice. And you can see here that I have a couple blue trucks here. And lastly, you got Actros and this Dub City tanker. So you can see here, pretty basic, straightforward. You got yourself some nice trucks to think about selling, finding at the Goodwills. These haven't come across too often for me, but you know, when they did, I picked them up. And so remember that when you're doing these things, to be mindful of the big vehicles here if you are going to buy them, because they do sometimes need a big box, and there's been times where I've needed big extra boxes and I had to make them myself because I didn't have the right size. So that could be something annoying if you end up running across that, but it's alright. Just be mindful that of what you take in your life is something that you're going to want to deal with. These, personally, I love these diecast trucks. I'm going to be selling more of them. Same with diecast cars in my lifetime. Probably upgrade to better style models that are cleaner and more fully metal. So if you're a big rig trucker like me, then you need to get out there and find yourself some nice hauls at the Goodwill. These are some great products. They're going to serve you some financial gains. They're going to help you flip some things fast for quick cash. And so be sure to be on the lookout for some diecast vehicles, some diecast cars and trucks that are going to be fruitful for your business. Voila! I am back here with all these cars. And just remember that it is about being in tune with yourself when you're out traveling to the thrift shops, that you will be observing and aware of any of these beautiful items that will pop up in your view. Live with the intention that you are moving and driving your vehicle, your body, in directions of uplifting financial prosperity. And just be grateful for God who is providing you these beautiful quality items, experiences, and even people that you're able to communicate when you're at the Goodwills. I've had many good conversations with strangers along the way. It's about sharing. It's about giving your ideas and your thoughts and helping others also be successful with their business. If you see other resellers, don't be afraid to share some of the tips and tricks and other things that you have learned along the way, because there's plenty for us. God is helping us live in eternal abundance, and so there's more than enough to go around. So share your ideas and thoughts with other people. and be of service to humanity.